Constellations in Genshin Impact are obtained when you get a duplicate of the same character. Being a gacha game, certain characters' powers are locked behind these constellations to entice players to spend money to pull for them.
Shut up and take my money!
However, of course, especially if you are free to play, primogems are limited, and I'm sure that you wouldn't want to spend too much on the game as you may not have enough gems for a future character that you might want. As such, I would like to help you to save primogems by telling you what are the top 5 early 5-star constellations that you should be going for that can give you the most values with fewer gems than a C6. Before we start proper, let me first provide a disclaimer. While constellations may increase the strength of a character, you may need to look at what exactly you're looking for. Are you a player looking to get as many characters as possible, or are you okay with fewer but stronger characters? Do you have enough gems to go for constellations? Constellations require you to get multiple copies of a character, which requires a lot of primogems. Please always ensure that you have enough or are willing to use them before you start pulling for constellations. Before I continue, can I just say a huge thank you to all my fellow coins for helping us to reach 2,800 subscribers. I really am so appreciative of everyone here. If you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing as I post regular Genshin Impact videos, and you can also help us to get to our goal of 3,000 subscribers. Thank you so much in advance. Without further ado, my name is ChargeCoin, and let's begin the video. For number 5, we have C2 Ayaka. For Ayaka, her C2 grants her 2 extra Frostflake Seki no To, which overall grants her 40% extra damage. While Ayaka at C0 already has a strong burst, this 40% will make her burst even stronger and allow her to have that extra damage to more easily defeat certain enemies. As the additional 2 Frostflake Seki no To are independent of one another, they can also help to apply cryo to enemies who are not in range of the main Frostflake, to thereby help improve cryo applications for reactions. The one downside is also that the 2 Seki no To, being independent, may sometimes go past smaller enemies, which may reduce your overall damage on them. For number 4, we have Hu Tao C1. The main issue with Hu Tao at C0 is that she will run out of stamina easily, considering she will need to run to enemies and that her main source of damage is from her charged attacks. Hu Tao C1 allows her to use her charged attack during a pyro infusion at no stamina cost. This is a huge quality of life changer for Hu Tao, as now she can still use her charged attacks even at 0 stamina, which will thereby increase her overall damage and her ease of use. For number 3, we have Kazuha C2. Kazuha is already a good support at C0 through reducing enemies' elemental resistance using the Viridescent Vanera artifact set, and its Ascension Talent 4, which will grant a 0.04% additional elemental damage for the element sword based on Kazuha's elemental mastery. His C2 boosts this even more by allowing Kazuha to gain additional 200 elemental mastery for himself and his teammates in his ultimate. What this means is that he can provide an additional 8% more elemental damage for his teammate, and his teammates can also deal higher reaction damage due to their higher elemental mastery. Getting his C2 hence means that your DPS can deal even more damage overall. What's more, as Kazuha is an animal character, this allows him to be fit into multiple teams that use Pyro, Cryo, Hydro or Electro to boost their damage as well. If you are enjoying the video so far, do consider leaving a like so that the YouTube algorithm will be able to notice this small channel. Thank you so much. At number 2, we have Raiden C2. Raiden functions mainly as a battery support at C0, helping party members to recharge their burst after using her elemental burst. At C2, which Raiden is famous for, is whereby she will ignore 60% of the enemy's defense when using her elemental burst. When this is coupled with the high scalings of her elemental burst, Raiden essentially converts from a support to both a support and a main DPS, dealing insane amounts of damage. If you are looking for an insane DPS and support character, C2 Raiden is definitely the way to go. For our honourable mentions, we have Yelan C2. While Yelan is already a very good Hydro sub DPS at C0 with her elemental burst, her main issue is that she's unable to apply enough Hydro with her burst, which means that sometimes reactions cannot be triggered. With C2 however, this is mitigated as she will now fire an extra water arrow to apply more Hydro, thereby improving her Hydro applications for better reactions. I placed her on the honourable mentions as Although this is good, it is honestly not game changing since Xingqiu can already do this and Yelan is already workable at C0. I'd rather save the primogems for another character on this list. Coming in at number 1, we have Nahida C2. Nahida is a great sub DPS at C0 due to her amazing kit which can apply Dendro at use and then still continue to constantly apply it from a Seed of Skandha. At C2, enemies affected by the Seed of Skandha are further affected by two main traits. Firstly, she changes the entire bloom mechanic by allowing to have 20% crit rate and 100% crit damage. All bloom reactions prior cannot crit normally, which does limit their damage potential. However, with Nahida C2, it makes already strong reactions such as Hyper Bloom even stronger and brings even more value to all characters who work with Dendro reactions. These include characters such as Koki Shinobu and Toma. Secondly, within 8 seconds of being affected by Quicken, Spread or Aggravate, the opponent's defense gets decreased by 30%. This will improve the damage of both Dendro and Electro characters. Nahida, who was previously more of a sub DPS, can now become more on field since the spread reactions caused by the Seed of Skandha will become even stronger. Due to the fact that at C2, Nahida not only buffs herself, but also changes the way that Dendro reaction functions, thereby greatly expanding her team compositions, makes her my number 1 best early constellation to get. So, will you be going for any of these early constellations? Did I miss out other good constellations? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. If you found today's video helpful, or you just enjoyed it in general, do consider leaving a like, comment and subscribing as it will really help out this small channel to reach the goal of 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much! If you'd like to see how you can create a team to 36-star the Abyss, please click the video on the right. If you would like to see my other Genshin Impact videos, please click the playlist on the left. Once again, thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye!